How you feel about the music they've been dropping?
Who?
The clips.
I'd rather not comment on that, you heard? Just know I'm gonna do some freestyle, so every beat they put out, you heard?
That's So Be It though. That track right there go hard, man.
He got a slick way of talking, bro. I will tell you, when it comes to luxury rap and bars and shit like that, like, he knows what he's doing with that shit, you heard? Can't take away nobody's skill set, you heard? But he still can't fuck with me. Meet me in the booth, I want smoke.
Jim Jones is back in his bag, taking aim at Pusha T after what fans said. And hip-hop just got hot again. Are deemed to be among the year's sickest and most rude live dissers. Yes, we are discussing Pusha's performance at the Tiny Desk. Artists typically showcase their vocals and feelings on that serene, small NPR stage. Pusha's performance was a lyrical sneak attack, not Star Wars. Mind you, this is what transpired. Push played a mashup of his songs during his most recent Tiny Death performance. Everything from numbers on the board to the phrase, "If you know, you know." However, he said a statement that halted supporters in their tracks in the middle of his performance. He said, "They're still trying to find relevance in rooms I'm too elite to enter." The internet went crazy over that one bar. In a matter of minutes, comments such as, "Yo, he's talking about Jim again," swamped Twitter, or X, depending on your preference. And it makes sense because if you've been following their feud, you are aware of Jim and Push's past. It wasn't yesterday that this tension began, since Jim made fun of Pusha on The Breakfast Club. In 2023, by making fun of Billboard's ranking of the top 50 rappers of all time. It has been simmering. Pusha T. "It ain't top 50 or nothing," Jim remarked. "He's pleasant, but he doesn't represent any culture." The rap community was rocked by just one phrase.
"Uncle said, you must be sick. All you talk about is just getting rich. Choke my neck and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips." There was like a best MC list or something. Evidently, I made the list, and it was just a lot of different opinions on, like, you know, whether I should be on the list, whether I shouldn't be on the list. Me, out of 50 MCs, I was one of the people being questioned, like, should I be on the list? For me, it was just like, it was a thing of like, everybody can have an opinion, but when you're talking about an MC list, I would expect for at least the opinion to be followed with like, and I belong on it. My mind state on the record was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Uncle remarked, "You must be ill. You only discuss becoming wealthy. Freeze my underscore and choke my neck, then beat the mechanism using whips and chains." There was a list of the top MCs or something. I made the list apparently, and there were a lot of differing opinions about whether or not I should be on it. Among the 50 MCs, I was one of those asked if I should be on the list. In my opinion, it was simply a matter of everyone having an opinion, but when it comes to an MC list, I would anticipate that the opinion would at the very least be followed by a sense of belonging. On the tape I was thinking, okay, well, I'm going to give you my opinion. Pusha never forgot that contempt in the future. It's important to keep in mind that Push is more suited for playing chess than checkers. He doesn't reply through interviews or tweets. He waits, makes preparations, then delivers his answers with deep-cut bars. Fans saw it right away as he hit that small desk stage and glided in those smooth lines. It was lethal but subtle. While performing in front of an orchestra, the man made fun of Jim. Discuss the savage class. Jim lost it as soon as that video got viral. The electricity from Harlem erupted. He hopped on Instagram Live and started talking like that man who was still ranting about me. He should limit himself to his soap opera ads. Every day I'm outside. He was reading teleprompters inside. He went on to say that by utilizing his identity, Push is attempting to resurrect a dead career. However, that didn't go unnoticed by the supporters. The internet erupted like a firecracker as they swamped the comments with statements like, "Nah, Jim, he got you good this time." A rap civil war broke out during what was meant to be a relaxed live performance. Everyone is currently speculating about who will take the next step.
Do you know, can you tell me, can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
His records?
Yeah.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan. He's like, I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5. No,
all right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You could rap 5 Pusha T records?
Yeah.
Could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rap though? Like the hook? Or just like,
could you sing them?
Verse for verse?
They came on like certain joints.
Like
no, not sir. No.
I
love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that, but
top 50.
you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you did. Like where I'm from, you want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things
Wayne
like that.
wanted to be like Pusha. Yeah. He was influenced by Pusha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool.
Now, if you take a closer look at this meat, it's more complex than a disposable bar. It has to do with respect, ego, and legitimacy. Authenticity was the foundation of Jim Jones' reputation in hip-hop and on the streets. He is Harlem, ostentatious, boisterous, conceited, and arrogant. Pusha T, though, he's strategic.com/surgical and lethal with the pen. It is therefore more than just music when these two worlds converge. It's a war of personalities. Jim didn't anticipate the backlash when he first made fun of Pusha on The Breakfast Club back in 2023. He chuckled the entire time, making fun of Pusha's legacy and claiming that he had never been in anyone's top 50. He further questioned how Pusha could have such a devoted following when, according to him, no one performs his music in Harlem. There were several instances of disrespect in that single line, and it was not overlooked. A few weeks later, fans began to notice that Push's verse on Clips's unreleased track seemed to include subliminals directed at Jim. It was a subtle statement about elderly hustlers becoming corporate while chasing relevancy and talking street. Pusha didn't have to give names, but he did. It was instantly decrypted by the internet.
What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't kiss?
Wow. All bias aside.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice and he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass off. What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody want to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the want to be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
50? You won't put
No, like
Big Sean before I put Big Sean before Pusha T.
easily. But Jim Jones is on it before Pusha T.
But I'm saying you can put whoever you want ahead of him. You're saying he's not.
Cameron before Pusha T.
Easily.
Bro, you go in these clubs, I don't know no records they play in the club with or Pusha T. They don't play outside. NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
Fans therefore perceived Pusha as the sequel when it debuted on Tiny Desk. The response from the general populace, the tone expressed it without using specific names. Everything, hip-hop, Twitter, was debating that one performance for days. This is how real lyricists respond, someone said. Just bars, no drama, no shouting. Others agreed with Jim, stating, man, Pusha, just salty, since Dipet was in fact outside. However, Pusha's use of subtlety as a weapon is what truly makes this intriguing. He didn't have to record a trash track. He transformed a national live show into a low-key roasting session, and Jim was irritated by that. Jim enjoys conflict. He comes from a time when meat was forceful, boisterous, and public. However, Push prefers to let the bars do the talking. That kind of power is just different. Calm, in control, and perilous. Jim began making disparaging remarks on social media after the Tiny Desk went popular. He claimed that Drake is the only reason Push is well known. He asserted that Pusha followed Kanye's lead and that he would still be attempting to sell mixtapes in Virginia in the absence of Fans weren't letting the man off lightly, despite the fact that he was heated. Many noted that Pusha's cultural respect and discography extend all the way from Daytona to grinding. Thus, there is currently cultural conflict in addition to personal tension. It's loud energy versus lyrical discipline, Virginia accuracy versus New York boldness. Additionally, the rap community is unable to get enough.
T or Malice?
Let's be honest. Hip-hop aficionados love this kind of back and forth. It has nothing to do with violence or bodies. It's about pride, language, and reputation. However, Jim Jones continues to double down rather than back off, which is why people are paying such close attention. Despite everything on the internet to the contrary, the man won't acknowledge that Pusha even touched him. Jim recently stated Pusha has never been a boss on his show. He has always been ranked second. Under his brother at first, then under Kanye. I am self-made. That jab quickly made headlines. Naturally, though, Jim was promptly reminded by admirers that Pusha doesn't move like a follower. He has a strategic gait. The irony is that Jim is attempting to make fun of Pusha for collaborating with. But his pen rather than his connections was the source of the most of Pusha's greatest moments. This is what makes the entire situation even more bizarre. Since then, Pusha has not uttered a word. He hasn't made any posts. He is still alive. Not a single tweet has been liked by him. Nothing. One of two things can be inferred from a lyricist like Pusha's silence, which makes it potent. Either he knows he's already won without speaking another word, or he's plotting something significant.
To keep it a buck, I'm gonna go with Pusha T, so we're not gonna drink to them, but
Okay.
shout out to Pusha T, very dope artist. Everybody know he's a monster when it comes to doing music. I can't take nothing away from him. I know everybody's seen everything that was going on recently inside of the media and the internet. I believe it was cool. One time in my life, I got to engage into some verbal warfare and don't have to go beyond that and shit like that. Who knows what he might come up with? He's very crafty and shit like that. Some people react off top. Some people take years to come back. I seen that beef and wait years to try to kill a nigga. You heard? It's not always successful, but this is what I'm trying to say, how people try to line people up. But for the most part, I think it was dope. It was cute. I don't know if he actually took a shot at me, but it was cute. It was pointing in that direction. It made me feel a type of way.
I wanted to say this for later, but he could always say, Jim, I wasn't talking about you.
I mean, and I would be hurt. That would be heartbroken.
I'm going to use Pusha T to keep it affordable. Therefore, we won't give them alcohol. However, all right, give Pusha T a shout out. Incredibly talented artist. Everyone is aware of how incredible he is as a musician. I am unable to take anything from him. I am aware that everyone has seen everything that has been happening lately on the internet and in the media. Well, I think it was cool. I had the opportunity to engage in some sort of verbal warfare once in my life, but I don't need to go any farther than that. You never know what he might think of. He likes that and is quite cunning. Some people have uncontrollable reactions. It can take years for some people to return. I waited years to try to kill a Uard after seeing that beef. Have you heard? It doesn't always work. However, this is what I'm attempting to convey. How people attempt to align themselves. But overall, I thought it was awesome. It was adorable. I'm not sure if he really shot me, but it was pointed in that way. It caused me to feel that way. He could always respond, Jim, I wasn't talking about you to my attempts to relate this. I would be hurt, after all. I would be devastated. The industry is responding in the interim. Rappers are gently taking sides. Jim is traveling with some New York heads who refer to it as real street talk. However, other rappers particularly claim that Push is taking a long-term approach. 50 Cent even added a comment. writing "Push don't have to yell to hurt feelings" along with a laughing emoji. Just that one remark fueled the flames. However, Jim isn't giving up. Using this feud as fuel, he's teasing new songs, mentioning Pusha in interviews, and declaring that he's willing to go bar for bar if necessary. However, that is dangerous since it will require surgery if Pusha actually chooses to react directly. Pusha creates assassinations rather than just yelling. The strain is rising once more. Supporters are anticipating Pusha's next move, perhaps a subliminal or a verse on a Clips project. And given his level of calculation, it will happen. It may not happen today or tomorrow, but it will hurt when it does. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong at this time. Whoever plays the game most intelligently wins. Jim is loud yet tries to be quiet. Additionally, in the history of hip-hop, the silent ones typically prevail. Let's take a closer look because this feud is about more than simply two rappers having a good conversation. It pits contemporary calculated lyricism against vintage street rap. There is a conflict between two hustle-driven eras. One is based on booming energy, while the other is based on quiet movements. That Harlem hustle is embodied by Jim Jones. Fast conversation, loud jewelry, flashy automobiles, and street credibility. He comes from a time when rap feuds were dramatic and public. He's cut from a cooler cloth, though. So, Pusha T, that opulent drug racket with surgical detail, that Virginia swindle. He analyzes rather than debates. This is the reason this beef is so hilarious. On the same board, two men who speak different hip-hop dialects are attempting to outdo one another. Here's the crazy thing, though. Fans claim that Push has already won the war, despite Jim's attempts to appear as though he is winning. Why? Since he is not required to reply. Instead of the other way around, he is forcing Jim to pursue him. Push's stock increases each time Jim speaks. Fans watch the short desk film every time Jim makes fun of him and recall how skillfully Pusha cut him down without mentioning his name. The final section of the video examines how this might affect their future jobs. Jim believes that this conflict keeps his name current. It's controversy that sells. But for Pusha, it's validation. It proves he can dominate the game without social media antics, just pure skill. And let's be real, Push has been here before. From his legendary beef with Drake to this new situation with Jim, he knows how to make moments that last. He plays for legacy, not headlines. Jim's trying to go viral. Push is trying to go timeless. So now the question is, does Pusha clap back again, or does he stay quiet, letting Jim talk himself into a corner? Either way, the drama is far from over. Because one thing we know for sure, when Pusha T gets disrespected, he never forgets. And when he finally decides to respond, he doesn't miss. Whether it's on a verse, a collab, or another live performance. The next move could be explosive because Pusha doesn't waste words. He uses them like weapons. And right now, Jim might have just talked himself into a lyrical ambush he can't dodge. So yeah, it's official. The beef is back on and the rap world's watching closely because when Pusha moves in silence, somebody's career gets real loud.